Good morning. Good early morning, people. Good early morning. This is Spirit Journey. Yes, yes, yes. And yes, it's dark in the room. Just trying to open up the curtains a little bit. Oh, but it's not making a difference. Yes, it's dark in the room. And sometimes I like it better this way. Yes, I am sleeping in one of the bedrooms, turned off the TV. Yay! Yes, that TV's been on all day. I feel like, wow. Yeah, I needed to turn it off. And now I just have to just kind of detox. What a day, what a day, what a day I had today. Wow. Yeah, just wanted to unload a little bit. I think it's a signs of the times. What a day. Did any of you, firstly, today is December 12th, 2024. And I think it's after 1 o'clock in the morning. Yep, yep, yep. It's early, early morning. And I'm just getting to bed. And my little fur baby is at the foot of the bed. And he's just relaxing. What a day. Yeah, I feel that when it rains, it pours. And I have to mentally tell myself, don't let it bother you. Wow, all day. I at least had a nice walk with Lavender, my little fur baby. Yeah, he's not feeling well. As you all know, he has not been well for almost a year. And if you all would pray for him, I love my little boy, my little Pekingese. Yes, good early morning here in Rwanda. Yes, the room is black in here. The lights are out. I'm in bed. I'm just relaxing. So no, nothing's wrong with your screen, but you can hear my voice. Yes, yeah, Lavender's appetite today. He ate, but he didn't have the same ferocity when he came back from the veterinarian. He did an overnighter. And boy, was he ravenous. So now, today, um, he just a little different, just seems a little different. I did get up early today, and I just did a simple little walk, and I carried in my, my sling. Yeah, yeah, today was a day. So I sensed something. Um, yeah, please pray for me and my little boy, my little fur baby. Uh, I would like at least for him to next month. I think it's the end of the month. I think. Yeah. Um, I'm just sensing something. Just getting a bad feeling. Uh, just want to give him hugs and kisses. My little Labby. Yes. Hello, viewer. Hello. 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 Yes. Yes. It's dark in the room. There's nothing wrong with your screen. But yes, I'm concerned about my little boy. Yes, I've been lighting candles for him. I mean, he was walking around. Today he was restless. It's like he wanted to eat, but he didn't want to eat what's provided him. Now, initially, he ate his bananas, and then when it was for that's his pre-breakfast snack, just to get him energy, and then I gave him his meat. He ate most of it, but that enthusiasm wasn't there. Everything was cooked fresh. Um, Yeah, he was restless today. It's like he wanted to eat, but he didn't want what I provided him or just eat part of it. I sense something. Yes, I made sure gave him his medication. Yes, he's back on the, what do you call it? Steroids. Yes, his immune system is attacking itself and his blood. So, those of you who uh, have a good prayer life, regardless of your religion, your faith system, or metaphysics practice, I lit my candles for him with the essential oils, and it worked before. And yes, I lit it today. Um, Please pray for his wellness. Okay. Yeah, today was one of those days I felt a little anxious all day because of my little boy, my little fur baby, but also other things were going on. And so I want to talk about those other things and the media, social media. I think it's the signs of the times, people. The signs of the times of humanity. I'm not the only one that's being affected, whether it's your fur babies, your human children, spouses, neighbors, friends. I think we're all being challenged right now. And that's what this video is about. What's going on? So, yeah, things going on in my home where I live. I'm renting here. Yeah, luckily, just a couple of minutes ago, yeah, my mouth was dry and I wanted to get some water. I said, let me just get some water. So I go in the kitchen, turn on the lights, and there's a flood in the kitchen. And I said, oh my God, I was just in here before. So whatever would happen just happened. Maybe a half an hour prior. Yes, the groundskeeper had lifted up the lever. My sink is broken. My kitchen sink has a leak, and I turned off the water source for it, and he turned it on, and it flooded the kitchen. Luckily, it wasn't too severe. Um, so I had to communicate using my language app to convey that the levels be kept up because the kitchen sink is broken. So luckily, I did that. Luckily, I stayed up because I was just in there. And there was a problem earlier today. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. That's eight. Wow. Yeah. 8 o'clock. There was a problem. Now I have a plumbing issues here in this house, and it was a lot of miscommunications and a lot of um, no communication at all, which was the main problem. But what happened? Can I have plumbing issues here? I have a new groundskeeper, uh, but he doesn't speak English, and I don't speak Kinyarwanda. And so, so I had contacted the repair person, and the person said that they can come by, will try to come by this coming Saturday. And that was just a few hours, no more than 2 hours from that text message from that person. And I had to go in the kitchen for something, yeah, for my dog to get him something to eat. And I was looking out the window in the kitchen, and I see two people uh, on the prop. I didn't recognize them. Um, and when I turned on the light, then they walked towards the door, and I didn't recognize them, especially one of them. One of them I know I didn't know, and I was a little scared. I was because the only way he can get in is the groundskeeper, but I did not recognize him, the groundskeeper. So he he didn't have like that the hat that he usually wears. He just looked different, and I haven't seen him in a couple of days. So also, our schedules are different. He works. We work different. When I'm asleep, he's awake, and vice versa. Um, so part of me was frightened because I didn't expect someone to be right by near my door. He was they were closer to where the groundskeeper sleeps, um, and then they walked over to my door, and he says, "Oh, where's the water?" Something like that. He said. And I said, "Well, who are you?" In a nutshell, to fast forward, um, he needed to, well, see, another thing happened today. See, everything is all happening at once. Well, why he said, "Where's the water?" Well, yes, there is a plumbing issue, but compounded to that, it was a bill issue with the water. Now, my groundskeeper, my usual one, he's out on emergency for a while now, over a month. Um, and here how it works in Rwanda, you have um, people who read your meter, and usually the groundskeeper lets the person in, and then a bill is generated, and they hand me the bill. Well, this didn't happen in November, and now it's December. And so, how it works in Rwanda, if you're not there, they just don't remind, no one comes back and follow up. No one came by. I mean, I'm always home. So, so they turned off my water. And at first I didn't, I found out about the water not working. Like, okay, even though there's a water problem with my pump and in the kitchen, but I discovered in the opposite side of the house, the water turns on. So I said, okay, so for the past few days, I was going in there to utilize water. So, so when I went today to gather some water, it didn't work. And so I said, boy, what's going on? I didn't have a clue yet. This was early morning, like 5:30 in the morning, no, 5 o'clock in the morning around. And so I went on my walk, and then I came back. So I said, boy, the water's still not working. What's going on? And then by 2 o'clock, it dawns on me what could have happened. I say, hey, wait a minute. Um, the water the water reader person didn't come yet this month. Hey, when was the last bill paid? So I looked and I saw 2 months ago. I said, that must be the problem. So I have a connection there at the water company because there was a problem a couple of months prior to that. And I had to go in person to this water. I got to chatting with the person there, and the issue was resolved. I had to pay uh, the extra that was due, and I we decided to to keep in contact. And luckily, I did, and so the person was able to generate a bill for me. So this was like 5 o'clock. Yes, so I think yeah I wrote her early this morning, around six something in the morning, and then she didn't respond. So I text again at 2 something in the afternoon, and she apologized. She apologized that she forgot, and she told me to take a picture of the meter, and she'll generate a bill, and that's what happened by 5 o'clock. It was yeah, it was just a little after 5 p.m. and I paid it immediately. But the water still didn't go on. Um, so by that time, by like 7:30 now, so I paid it after 5 p.m. And then the two people by my door, and again, it's nighttime. By this time, it's pitch black outside. Two people who I didn't recognize. So I was a little scared. Half of me was scared, and the other half is I know these guys aren't going to rob. I know these not robbers because he's asking about where's the water. So I'm thinking, so I said, hey, maybe that's the repairman that I contacted a couple of hours before. He said he was going to come by Saturday, but in Rwanda, people could be spontaneous, and if they have an opportunity to do something, they will do it. And so I just speculate, oh, maybe, the groundskeeper allowed him in. So, but again, I didn't know. And I asked the person, well, who are you? Who brought you here? And blah, 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 blah. So I, and I did not open the door. Nope. Mm-mm. I was just too uh, surprised at everything. And then immediately after that, the power goes off in my house. Yeah, but I sold shoes, so I had to go. Luckily, I had my phone, and it gave me some light, and I had to turn the fuse back on, and then I proceeded to. I said, I need to find out who these two people are, because it wasn't just one, but two people, and I definitely did not know the other guy. So I had to contact the manager of the place, and I didn't get an answer right away. But then she responded, "Well, I will call to find out. I'll call the person." Yeah. Oh, also what I did, so because I said, "Who are you?" I didn't want to say, "Hey, are you so and so?" I didn't want to give a name. So, oh, what happened? Yeah. So, I think over an hour passed or something. Um, and I think I finally get some response. Oh, I say, hey, let me text the groundskeeper. Um, what is that now? Oh no, no, not the groundskeeper. The person that contacted me earlier that day that he was going to come by Saturday. So I contacted him. I texted him. I said, "Hey, is that you outside?" I kid you not, people. I kid you not. Well, it was not him. Actually, he misunderstood what I said. I said, "Is that you outside?" Or something. Is that you? No, I said, "Is that you?" And then he responds later on, "Yes, it's me. Yeah, yes, I am me," or something like that. I think he totally misunderstood. So I had to explain to him what happened, because by this time, when the person that was supposed to come Saturday, when he finally responded, I and that it was the groundskeeper, but he wore something different. And again, I haven't seen him in a couple of days. And so what happened was the management finally got in contact with me and said, "Oh, that is the her helper. The groundskeeper here um, needed access to the water and wanted to turn on the water pump. And so I guess he contacted the management or walked over to that place, the house, their house, and that helper came by." And that's what happened. And I was just so happy to go in the kitchen, and then I got startled because I see two people and it's dark outside. I didn't expect to see anyone out there. So that's what happened. So I see that, you know, that we're going to be presented, or some of us will be presented with situations. and how you respond. Again, half of me was in panic mode, but the other half of reason said, wait a minute, I don't know who these two men are, but perhaps they changed the schedule and he was in the neighborhood and he wanted to take a peek at the water pump, etc. But that was not the case, and it was just the groundskeeper with a neighbor trying to resolve the problem with the water pump. So, uh, so that's what happened. And then I wanted to just chill out. Yeah, oh, the power. Yeah, I had put the power back on, and then I just wanted to chill out a little bit and watch some videos. And then I watched some, oh, a YouTuber. I was watching a female YouTuber, and yeah, everyone seems to be talking about a lot of things are happening, and people are being distracted. All forms of distractions, and social media has been it. First with the number 45, President number 45, attempt on July 13, and then now what was that with the P. Diddy scandal, and then on top of it, Jay-Z now. And it's just one distraction after another. And on top of that, how could I forget the CEO assassination in New York City? Yes, I watched that. And it's like, it's getting more and more and more um, ridiculous, insane. You name it, it's it. And that's what was being discussed by the YouTuber. And then they mentioned something about Billy Carson. Now, I haven't gotten any referrals of his videos for quite a while. Once in a while, I get recommendations of his videos, but I haven't gotten them for weeks. And so I didn't know what this YouTuber was talking about. And so this is also what the main topic that I wanted to talk about, the signs of the times. And not only are people's lives being taken away, people's reputations are being taken away or embarrassed or shamed. It's like an era of shaming people. And what's interesting that it seems like a lot of people who are being shamed, and I feel that it's by design, are Black men. And I find this concerning. Now, I'm not, I mean, I have one of his books, Carson. I'm not like a big fan, but I was curious about one of his books, so I got it before I came to Rwanda. Um, I watch them all on and off. But again, people are entitled to their opinions or, their research. And it's interesting, people, that some of the things that were discussed about cause. Again, this is not about this is not about gossip. But what I months ago I said to myself regarding him, to myself, he has to be careful. And I felt that some of the people that is around him, I felt that if anything happened, I felt he could be set up. I felt that his reputation, any, I felt that they're going to try to pull him down. So uh, after the YouTuber's video discussing these things that I'm talking about and about Carson, I said, let me see what she's talking about. So I typed in this word on the search bar for YouTube, and that's where I saw what happened. He recently did a video. I mean, and he had an interview. Now, sometimes like there are what you call like a conference call type of thing. You're on your computer and you could like a video call somebody. And so he's in a room with someone that he knows, and he was uh to talk to someone who he did not know. And that other person that he did not know is a like a scholar of texts, ancient texts, biblical texts. And again, I am definitely not a Bible scholar. Yes, I've read the Bible, but I'm not a scholar. I don't know all these ancient foreign languages of the Bible. No, I don't know them. I'm just a regular person, and yes, I have read the Bible, but I'm no scholar. And this interview, um, it just seemed casual. They how many minutes was it? It could have been the video like 20 minutes or something. It could have been a 20-minute video on a segment of it. I think that's what it was. But I think the actual interview might have been like a 3 hour or more interview or discussion, I should say. And he seemed relaxed. I mean, he might have been a little nervous. He started drinking water, but it was just a discussion. And the person, the Bible scholar, seemed a little younger and very, very confident. Very bold in his speech. And at some point he says, the Carson was saying, "Oh, okay." He wasn't argumentative, at least what I saw, the clip that they showed. But evidently, uh, it, I got the impression with other videos on the topic of him, of Carson himself. Um, he was visibly upset, and I feel badly for him. But again, to have a discussion one on one, basically. I mean, had the person to introduce to the person wants to discuss certain scriptures, whatever. Like, I guess you call it like a debate discussion on certain scriptures, whatever. I I feel okay. Sometimes you have people have their bread and butter. His what do you call it, his brand, right? And you don't want, I could understand when you have a business and then someone may feel, I didn't know you were going to air this video. He never filled out a release form. And so I felt a little badly. Like, I mean, Carson believes what he believes according to his research, but to I never saw Billy Carson trying to harm anybody. Um, I don't know. Um, I feel now in America. Yes, hello, Vera. I feel now in America. Oh, also, yes, the screen is black. It's dark in my room. I'm in bed right now, but I just wanted to talk. A lot of stuff happened today that stressed me out, and it's really getting me to think about all these things that are happening in America and around the world. And I think it's all linked together. But anyway, getting back to Billy Carson, um, I feel for the situation. Um, Not only did he speak out against it, but he came to someone's, they showed a video of him coming to someone's home early, early morning. And wow, that seems very extreme to me to come at that hour. Uh, when someone builds an, a reputation, see, no one's perfect. With scripture. I mean, I used to go to church, and I used to visit all different churches, and no two pastors think or believe the same. And so with Billy Carson, I felt that okay, he's pretty much self-taught, and he's about improving his mind, improving his knowledge. But to I think what happened, he got embarrassed. He got embarrassed when it was released, the video, and it was said, "Oh, um, the I guess you could call it his opponent. Oh, I debate." It's like rubbing in his face. It is like, why are we? Why, as human beings, why are some of us going out? I don't know. It's like people want to, wait a minute, let me rephrase this. It's not so much the person that he debated or had the discussion, I should say, had a discussion, but the people that saw the clip that they were really rubbing in his face. Come on, people. Come on. Whether you're Christian or non-Christian, someone is debating the Bible. And it's like it's like we just want to tear down people and to embarrass. Oh, where did he get his credentials? Oh, did he get his credentials from, did he really get credentials from those schools he mentioned, or he just got a certificate? Now it's just like, come on. But again, Billy Carson has in the past at a different interview, a popular podcaster, um, and it was said that he'll debate anybody, you know? So, okay, yes, if you put something out there that you're willing to debate anyone, then this person who, who is a scholar with scriptures or languages or something, um, okay. So it is fair game. It is fair game for this discussion or debate, whatever you want to call it. Um, but if it was to be just a private conversation between Carson's friend or acquaintance, and then he introduced her, and they're on like a video call, then just leave it between you guys. It's it's like a private conversation. Did Carson say, "Oh, okay, you put it out there"? Come on. Again, I don't know. I wasn't privy. I wasn't in the room before the interview began, so I don't know what the agreement was. But I feel like, why are we trying to pull down people? Um, that's what I'm hurt about. I am no longer a Christian. I used to be a Christian. Most of my adult life, I was introduced to um, the Bible. Um, I might have been 20 or 21, and then rejected Christianity a couple of years ago. And I, my beliefs are my beliefs now. But even though I'm no longer a Christian, for a Christian to try to embarrass a man who is who experienced a lot of things. Um, I don't know. I just feel hurt about this. Yes, hello, viewers. Yeah, I'm talking about now. Yeah, what a day I had, and um, but now I'm talking about Billy Carson and word. It's like when someone is strong, any weakness, and I find this in a lot of situations, not just Billy Carson, but just regular people on YouTube or in your life, that to show a sign of weakness, let's say someone's a sports pro, let's say they're weightlifters, and then or someone can lift 1 pound heavier than the other person, and then they just go off on that person. Come on. We're 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 we as humans are bound to make mistakes, or sometimes um, you may not have certain information. So it's not like making a mistake, but let's say you weren't aware of certain information, or maybe you misunderstood the information. We're all on a learning curve. We're all on this planet. Thank you for the thumbs up. We all are here to make some sense out of our lives. And it seems like the age of pulling down the black man. And it's like, wow. First it was P. Diddy, then now Jay-Z, and then now Carson. And it's like, why are these things happening? Now again, if if you're a man, if you're a big shot out there in social media, okay. Um, and if you put it out there, yes, there's going to be another man or even a woman that's going to challenge you. But it's like we're challenge. It's like many wars, war within a war, and everybody just wants to attack and to just want to prove somebody wrong. We can all learn from each other. And actually, when we make mistakes, we can actually learn even more through that mistake. It's like, oh, okay, I understand why I was incorrect about X, Y, and Z. And wow, it brings even more insight to the discussion. But it's like that we want to pull off the king's clothes. You want to make them naked. And it's like, it's not necessary. It's not necessary. And I feel people, even within the Christian community, or even just in any, it's like, hey, let's pull down someone's clothes. Let's shame them. It's like the age of shaming. And it's like, wow, are we as human beings, is this what's coming to this world? I sense it's like going to be a collapse. And we got to get rid. I feel that something it's going to hit. It's going to explode. It feels like something is going to explode. Humanity is going to explode. We need to keep it tight. Keep it together, because we're all could be consuming each other. It's like a shark frenzy. And with a shark, I've been told that when blood is spilled in a shark-filled waters, they all start to devour each other. The scent of blood, and it's like humanity is smelling the scent of blood and is devouring itself. That's That's what I'm getting at. And I'm sad. Do I believe everything about Billy Carson? I have some concerns about certain things, and I did mention months ago that I said I think Billy Carson has to be careful. I feel that they're setting him up, that they're lifting him up. He had gotten this award a year or so ago that people in the field of UFOs, paranormal stuff, it was some type of celebration, and he was the person of honor to his surprise. And it was nice. But I said to myself, and because I said, well, what I said to myself again, he's a black man. And most of the people in UFO stuff are not black people or people of color, whatever what you want to call it. Okay. And I thought it was unique that they are giving him a tribute. It was nice of him, but something said, be careful. And other people that are close to him. And I said to myself, they're lifting him up. They're going to pull him down. And that's what's happening now. And it's like a damn shame. I feel like, wow, it could be any one of us. Any one of us. Someone at your job. Let's say, excuse me, someone wants to get your job. Hey, let's lift this person, and then let's embarrass them and shame them. It's like, wow, yeah, yes, we sometimes we can make mistakes, but behind closed door, hey, just tell them on the side. Hey, I just want to share this with you. I even in the past, it was maybe 10 years ago, I had shared something with somebody, and they made a big error, and the person made a big error in a video that was published for everybody. And in private, I told that person. But to my surprise, they didn't heed to it. So sometimes, even though if you tell someone, hey, this is what just to let you know that you should know this about, since this is your expertise. So it's not always going to be, things aren't always going to be received. And the reason for that is we have egos. And especially if it's something that you've been focusing on, you've been studying, and sometimes it's like a blind spot. Like drivers, you might be driving a car. You might be a good driver, but we all have our blind spot. Every driver has their blind spot, and you can get in an accident. And that's all that I see it as. But when that blind spot comes and you do get in a little fender bender, you know, just admit, you say, I had a blind spot there. Thank you for letting me know. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I don't want to see Black America to devour itself. We're already in a bad state in America. We are devouring ourselves. We are banging ourselves. And we're losing strength. We're losing credibility as a race. And not just us, but because I'm a Black person, a Black American person, living overseas, that it's just something that I notice. And I'm concerned about our well-being as a group, and I'm also concerned as America as a whole. because it's not just Black America, it's mainstream America. It's being under attack, and I see it coming hard. I am afraid for America. I am afraid for humanity because I'm seeing the insanity, and I'm afraid what's going to happen to us. Here again about the CEO. People, does the CEO that got us unalived, that CEO in New York, there are more questions than answers. People, I mean, again, I'm not there. I never met this. Who is this person? I don't know them. How did someone who's from another state comes all the way to New York City a couple of days ahead? How did they know he went to that youth hostel? They had a camera of the shooter shooting that man. And there was a witness, and that witness ran. Some people are suggesting that YouTuber that I listened to tonight, a female YouTuber, was thinking that possibly that it was a, what do you call it, CGI. That she said she looked at the video and she felt that something looked artificial about it. They're the only person that ever heard that. But I asked myself questions. Okay, why that type of gun? Then they said that gun was possibly made, what do you call it? What do you call it? Um, a ghost gun. What do you call it? I forget there's something that could, a something printer. And it could like a 3D printer of something. So who knows? But I ask myself these questions, and I feel the public is being deceived, that the information is not really coming out. It's so many questions. Again, how did that he's 26 years old, how did that young man know where he was staying? Okay, many people are coming to this what's called a conference, not conference, but um, his company to the what do you call it, an investor meeting. Okay, it's tons of people. How did he spot him out so early in the morning? How? Who tipped him off? And when he's walking, they had video of him walking in the city, and it looks like he's talking on a phone. Who is he talking to? Who is it? When did they have who he talked to? Pinged? Who was he talking to? How did they know that he went to the youth house? So that was the first big question. Because he left on a bike at some point. Um, how did they know he was there? How? It's a big question. And then it turns out that his family is in the healthcare business. He comes from wealth, the guy. Um, he had an injury, a back injury. Um, they own different health facilities. His relatives or some, I don't know whether it's his immediate family, but they said the family is of wealth. He went to a private boarding school, and then he went to an Ivy League college, and he has his master's degree. And at some point, he lived in Hawaii. They said that was his last address. You notice they never mention when did he leave Hawaii? Did he leave Hawaii and went directly to New York? Why don't they mention that? They mention his last address in Hawaii. They didn't interview anybody in Hawaii, but they talked to people from his high school. Okay. Why not the people in Hawaii, since that's the last address he was at? They would have more information about him rather than someone from high school days, which was in 2016. So that's quite a while ago. So I'm wondering what's going on. Why, why would he do what he did? Why would he then? Well, okay, would he allegedly? Again, all this is allegedly. All this is allegedly, okay? Because you're innocent until proven guilty regarding this person who allegedly killed the CEO of a health insurance company. Okay, so from New York, he allegedly goes to Pennsylvania. What proof did they have about? Okay, because they mentioned that he went to the Port Authority in Upper Manhattan. How come they don't show video clips on that? But they only show the video or the alleged video of him in Midtown Manhattan, okay? And then a clip that bike, okay? He should, you have tons of people on bicycles. So how did you know that was him? Because you don't see his face. Then how did they know he wound up in Uptown in Manhattan in New York City? How did they know? They never showed that video. How come? Why are they hiding a lot? Why is the media hiding all this footage, this alleged footage? It gets you to think. Because they have to be able to tie. How did they get the video from the youth hostel? It's personal information. It's like a hotel, the youth hostel, and the privacy of people who go to stay there. So why was it released if that is allegedly him? Okay, I don't know. And then when he's found in a McDonald's, he has a hat on, he has the mask on, a surgical mask, and it's a woman. It turns out it's a cashier. At least they said that she took his or when he came to give his order, she recognized him because of his eyebrows and eyes. Come on. I don't know. I couldn't tell who the guy was if I would have seen him in public. I would not have known from the what do you call the youth hostel photo because it's not showed straight on. So how could you would be have to look for the guy to 'cause so many people go to McDonald's. It's cold outside. People have the hat, the mask on. People have colds. It's winter time. Um, fall in the Northeast in America. So you're just doing your job, taking your order. But she says that his eyes and eyebrows. I don't know. Go figure. So um, I just find the whole thing questionable. Now you want to go through all this hassle allegedly to unalive somebody, but then you're going to go to a McDonald's and bring all incriminating evidence with you. It's asking for trouble. It's asking. It, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Um, it just doesn't make sense to me, people. What's going on? What in the world is going on? Um, I can't figure it out. But it's like, um, that same female YouTuber was saying it's like what we call it, a psyop. They mentioned that, or somebody else mentioned about the people in, oh, what it could have been in New York. So you have young men, young white men who are dressing like this alleged shooter, wearing the type of coat that he wore with the hoodie. And they were suggesting that it's to like activate uh the young white population. It's like radicalizing them, you know? And I know, something, I think they have a point. I was surprised. I am surprised at the reactions of many people, many content creators on the internet, um, pretty much saying good for the CEO. I was surprised at the boldness of many of the speakers. And yes, I watched a handful of videos like that. I did, not no lie. I did watch some of them. I was surprised. And I thought myself starting to feel like saying, yeah. I feel, it's not nice to even to for the thought to go through your mind. The thought was going through my mind, watching those people who did not like this CEO. Um, but even more surprised when they dress like him. It's like people are getting radicalized, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. People are getting radicalized. People, the media, in my opinion, they know how to make people act out. For example, the presidential election in America. People being radicalized. I'm from New York City. And to say in New York City at one time, at least last year, early last year in 2023, you better not say in New York City that you support number 45. You are in bad shape. Yeah. Now, many people now are pro number 45, but it was a radicalization. And people were verbally attacking each other. People were physically attacking one another for their beliefs, pro or against. And it's like, I'm in my 60s now, and I'm born and raised in New York City. I'm now, live overseas, but I ask myself, for all these adult years that I had, I never saw this type of radicalization of a population about anything like this. Any presidential election that I was around for, so from 1980 to now, I never saw this type of intensity and attacking or trying to unalive someone. Well, again, Ronald Reagan, they tried to unalive him, and I do remember that very clearly. Yes, I remember that very, very clearly. But outside of that, uh, the type of following in the media and people, just regular civilians, just being radicalized. We are being manipulated, people. We are being manipulated. They know how to press our buttons. They're creating movies to cause fear. Remember last year? Yeah, last year around this time, that movie about what was that? It took place in the Northeast. Oh, what's that? The movie was supposed to be at least discuss what do you call it? What's the term? How did I forget that term? Um, an advisor that Obama had overseen or gave advice regarding the movie. I forget the name of that movie. And look what it did. It was frightening people and put in despair and to try to lose, make people lose hope. People, the only thing that you really have is hope when all things fail. Look at me here in where I live overseas. I came to this place, to this country, in faith. I had my three little dogs. I did everything to make it go smoothly for my dogs. Two of my fur babies, passed away last January, 5 days apart of each other, and my little boy, my surviving little boy, fur baby boy, Pekingese dog, um, is sick, and it's, as I said in the beginning of this live stream regarding my little fur baby, please pray for his wellness. I did all that I can. I'm doing all that I can to give him, I bring him to the doctors. Um, every time he goes to the doctors, he loses more weight. How did my little boy in one day, I think it was Monday, I brought him to the doctors to do an overnighter, to be evaluated, and I was told to come back the next day to pick him up. I weighed him there at the vet. He lost over a half a pound. He's just a little boy. He is a small, what do you call, a little Fifi dog. I got a Pekingese. That's a lot of weight. I'm afraid now to even bring him back for any evaluation because it seems like when he goes there, he doesn't get stronger. They gave me more medicine for him, a stronger dose. His immune system is attacking itself. He started out with he got exposed to something, he caught a back all three of my dogs had gotten a bacterial infection. And my girls died first. They were older than him. They're 3 years older than my little boy. And my little boy was sick too, but his body, he was really, really a strong dog. And honey, since I've been here, in and out of the hospital, the veterinarian place, so we can do, so why I'm bringing this up, that things are happening. And you may think you're doing the right thing. You could, have your T's crossed, your dots, your I's dotted, you know, but things could still go wrong. And I'm sad about this. I'm very, very sad. And I'm wondering, why is this happening? This should not have been happening to me. The things that happened today, and it was just by chance today, I caught the water. There was the groundskeeper had lifted up this water, the pipe, opened up the lever for the water, but it caused a flood in my apartment, I mean, in my kitchen. I had the thing closed because I have plumbing issues. But he didn't ask before he did it. And something told me, get some water. I'm thirsty. And when I walked in, he had to maybe just turn it on because I had gone in the kitchen earlier, went back, and then I needed to go back again. And luckily I did, because I was just going to go to bed, like right now. But since I said, no, get some water first and then go to bed. Luckily I did because it was flooding. I caught it tight. It was a lot of water. So sometimes our instincts could tell you, we may not know why we want to do something, why now you get thirsty, or whatever. But sometimes we get in tune, or something wants to let us know, hey, you need to be careful about certain thing. Hey, you better go in the kitchen for something, or hey, you better not go to this place. Uh, yeah, we got to be. I pray for all of us. We all need prayer, and it seems like the age of shaming people, taking away our loved ones, humiliating ourselves, our egos are at play. But in the long run, what I'm afraid of, that we um, devour ourselves and there are no survivors. Please, people, please let us not become like that. Please, I love my country. I love America. I just don't. All of us, all of us need help. I know I need help. I know most of us need help. These are trying times. And whether you're Christian or any other religion, people, wake up. We are being triggered, and they know how to press our buttons. And for whatever reason in America, it seems like the big apple that they like to use, I should say the big coconut, that they love to use in America for the past few years, now the past 5 or 6 years, is the black man, Black America, the shaming of black men in particular, and the pulling down of the black community. I mean, we're preoccupied with some of these uh, so called leaders or entertainers of the black community. And why was it even allowed, some of these horrible things that allegedly is happening to people? What is going on? Well, it seems like you know how to get a big black audience? Talk about somebody's sexuality. That's what's being done. They know what triggers the black community. Talk about someone's skin color, hair texture, or their sexuality. You get a whole flock of us black people there listening. It is such the minds of the black community and much of America is becoming perverted, becoming distorted. And it's like, why are we allowing ourselves to be exposed to this? So we have now a whole bunch of what do you call content creators. That's the term that's being used now. I just call myself a YouTuber, but the content creators, or they use the term influencer. Oh, brother, influencer. But um, we're devouring ourselves and we're flocking to the videos. And I find myself glued to these trashy stuff. And I said, why am I looking at this? How is it edifying me? It's not edifying me. So why am I looking at it? Go figure, people, because they know what presses our buttons, what makes us upset, what tantalizes us. See, the different menus. So whether it's is shaming somebody, we got that. Whether it's something of a sexual content, we have people who want to watch that, etc., etc., etc. But it's targeting our community first. And then all the peripherals. And this happened, what was that? With, remember, R. Kelly, right? Bill Cosby. They're doing this deliberately to us. It's like they'll allow you some growth. Important. Remember with Puffy, they gave him the keys to the city of New York. New York City knows about what happened. What was that? About 20 something years ago at City College, where people got trampled to death, and all the other things historically that allegedly happened involving him. You don't think New York City, the mayor or certain people in government in New York City might have known about some alleged allegations regarding Puffy, but they gave him the key to the city? Go figure. Is New York City that desperate to give someone the key to the city? Why did they give him the key to the city? Why was it necessary? It wasn't just a year ago or something. Why would they do that? Why? These are really important questions, people, because they knew he was going down. They rise you up and then they slam you down. Why even do that? Because it generates money, people. Doing and shaming Black people in general in America is another way to harness our energy. Slavery initially was a way to harness our energy. Now, social media against Black people is a means to really rake in that money. They're devouring themselves. They're devouring themselves. Oh, God, it is really upsetting. And in the end, what do we have? Nothing. I'm from New York City, I repeat. What's happening in New York City? Black America is being removed through this illegal migration, and we got deceived. We got oblivious to the tricks of the enemy. And initially, when you called it out, when we called it out a while ago regarding immigration slash illegal immigration, they called people who said such words as bigots and racists. So, who now is complaining in New York City regarding the immigrant problem? But Black people. Who gets targeted first regarding these illegals? Black America. See that? See, they press your buttons and they distorted reality for you. They wanted to bring in those illegals because they want to remove you. They don't need your labor anymore. They don't need it. You're being removed. And so they could just usher in cheap labor. That's what it's all about. Out with the old, out with Black America, and out with white America. They're removing us and they're replacing us. And that's what this new dispensation is trying to initiate, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. I couldn't stay. I saw the writing on the wall and I said, I better leave now. I felt threatened in New York City. I was threatened. I was attacked, physically attacked a couple of years ago, I think going now 3 years ago. Yep. And other things that happened to me. Several attempts also was made on me, and thank God that it was prevented two times, but one time I did get attacked, and I was in pain. And yes, the cops let her go. No, what they did, they brought her to, they said, we're not going to arrest her, we're going to bring her to the hospital. Wow, here I'm the one that got attacked and in pain. They didn't put me in the ambulance first, they put her in there. And yes, it was a white female, a young white female. And one of the cops said to me about her schizophrenia and her medication. I said, oh, brother, I said to myself, yeah, I just said enough is enough. And the last straw that led me to leave America when, here my little boy who's sick now. when they tried to steal him in last year in August. I think it was August or September. Yeah, it's not the first time they tried to steal him from me. And I said, I don't feel safe. My family's not safe here. Yeah, my little fur babies are my family. I said, I'm out of here. But look what happened. I lost my girls, and my little boy um, will be permanently on this medication that has bad side effects. It will eventually hurt his kidney slash liver, and then he'll go. You know what I'm saying? I feel robbed. I feel that there is an entity here on this planet. I try to escape the matrix. Yes, I'm going here. I'm going there. Yes, I tried to leave the matrix. And I left quietly. And then life happened. Life happened to me here. One thing after another. And I couldn't avoid it. I couldn't avoid it. Yeah, I just can't believe it. Yeah, just things that should not have happened to me when I left. So go figure, people. Um, yes, it's like, yeah, I think this whole world system, you know what I'm thinking? Like, I share my visions that I have on this channel too, and I do have a playlist regarding, I think it's entitled Visions or Dreams, something like that. Either way, I talk about the things that I do, the meditations. I started doing meditation, I think 2015, but 2017, I started to change the method how I meditate. And since then, people, wow, the things that I have experienced through meditation. I do not drink alcohol. I do not do drugs of any kind. I try to eat healthy foods, live a clean life. I walk in nature. And people, the only thing I can say is that the world is not what you think it is. And it seems like the world is like The Matrix, the movie The Matrix, the first one I'm referring to. Yet there's different dimensions or frequencies, whatever you want to call it. And there are things that I believe, by the things that I saw, control this existence. Things like that look like, I don't know whether it's a facility underground or up in space. I don't know where it is. Things that I discuss. Things like what they call insectoids. Things what some people would call the what do you call it? What do you call it? A reptoid. What do you call it? Reptiles beings. It sounds. If someone would have told me things like this years ago, I would have said, what have you been taking? That's what I would have said. But the veil it's getting thinner and thinner. The veil of truth. It's people who meditate or know how to meditate, who want to see, will see. The veil, just all the things that are happening in society, the uh, the triggering of people in America and around the planet. They've studied us. They know that certain groups are more emotional than others, and they are pressing our buttons. and they're harnessing its power over us. It's feeding off of us. And that's why I call it the matrix. It is feeding off of us. It is altering our genetics via the in my opinion, the what happened in 2020. People were getting things, these pathogens. Don't you think those pathogens and these so-called therapies, do you think that these therapies that they introduced the past 3 years, was it a therapy or was it gene to alter your genome, your genes, your wellness? A lot of people, well, you heard the media. Well, what has been happening to people who got the probe, right? What's going on? It is a harvest time, and they are trying to, for whatever reason, to demise many of us. Because it is the removal of the old system of things and introducing a new paradigm system, a complete dismantling. And I feel that's what's happening. And now with that 26-year-old young man that allegedly unalived that CEO. This is another. Yeah, I agree with that YouTuber. A psyop, a psyop to again put what do you call it, to trigger a demographics, white mainstream males, trigger them to even dress like someone who allegedly unalive someone. It's unheard of someone will do that. Unheard of. Yeah, they know how to anger us. And this, the past, so it's since 2020, and all these people sick. Yeah, I know of people who died uh, as a result of what happened in 2020, the pandemic, as I call it. Yeah, and it's it's hurtful. It is it is it is against us. It's a friend of no one. The system is not a friend of anybody on this planet. They will use you. They will use the black celebrities, the black musicians. They'll use them, and then they discard them. And it's not just us, it's others. Others who can harness, who has the energy to provide. Yeah, there's a matrix out there, there's a system out there, and they know us, they study us. You have people coming to the USA, and there are groups studying us, studying our culture, studying our music, studying what presses our button. And they're going to please wake up. Be careful who your children date. Be careful. It could be a setup to get into your community, study you, and then remove you. That, I think, is what happened with Kamala. She is not from our community. Iranian mothership is taking over New Jersey skies with cars. You hear that? Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Yeah. Just, you don't have to agree with me. It's okay to disagree with me. But just ask yourself, where did some of these people come from? Where? When you go in their background, you start to see several similarities. Their origins is always at question. Kamala's origin is at question. Obama's origins is at question. Yes, you could call certain people racist. Is it racist to ask questions? Was it racist to ask about immigration? Who got hurt the most during this election? But Black America. Through getting people to remove you. These new jobs that were created, it turns out none of those new jobs that were created last year, none of them went to Black Americans. And they went in for the foreigners, the illegal foreigners. Their rights were secured. But even these illegals eventually will be removed. They too will get the shaming. They are being used. They're being used for the voting thing, being used for other things. And again, the enemy of the matrix, the matrix, those who control the matrix will also remove those people because they don't love humanity. They don't love us. They exploit and they pit people against people, men against women. One's identity. They're destabilizing just common sense. Am I a boy or girl? Oh my God. I would have thought years ago, what are you talking about? You don't know whether you're a boy or girl. You just will kind of look down and you see what you got, you know? It's sad. They hate us. They hate humanity. And this is global. There are things happening in Europe, but they want you focused on Diddy. And now they're using the person who allegedly unalived that CEO in New York City. Yeah, they're triggering us. Yeah, and I gotta stay centered too. I am human like you guys, but I'm seeing patterns, but I'm human too. And I got to stay calm, focused, and just know that no matter what happens, you have yourself, you have your soul. And when someone, it is my understanding through my meditation, when you leave one realm, you enter another one. And may that be of solace to me, even with if anything happens to my little boy. I'm hoping that he reaches his birthday next month. I'm hoping that he at least get his 12th birthday. Yeah, please pray for me. I am human and have frailties like most people. Trying to do my best, trying to understand how to work in this matrix, you know? Yes, I said a lot, and I want safety for the planet, regardless of your race, nationality, religion, everything. We need to pray for one another. Whatever what your faith is, whatever what your higher power, we have to really. Stand strong because that wave, that wave is going to come and it wants to devour. Please, please let us pray for one another. We all need each other, okay? So let me know what your thoughts are, what your what you're experiencing. Are you being bombarded by one fiasco after another like me today? All these things, one after another. And I have to take a deep breath and just realize this too will end. This too will end. But you have yourself. Okay? Thank you again for this opportunity to vent, to try to awaken people, for people to see that we're being set up. Okay. Thank you again. Peace, love, and joy, and safety, wellness, and harmony to all who listen. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.